Hello, welcome to Tuesday, February the 18th. Right now it's like the actual start of the actual break because yesterday was family day and that's practically a day off of school. Now it feels like I'm in a break because everyone's going to school except for me and Nat. So that feels great. Well, as well as university students as well. Again, it feels great that we don't have to do anything except for studying and doing anything else. So basically, I just feel great that we don't have to go to school this entire week. Even though tomorrow I don't even have school. Anyways, it just feels good that I don't have school today or the rest of this week until Monday. Well, anyways, today right now, I just finished uploading the Mario 3D super fantastic vlogs that I have done. Well, basically yesterday's vlog, which involved a lot of bonus videos, mind you. So that is a thing I have to talk about as well. I just feel great that I'm done 3D World, and if you've seen the bonus videos or at least the summary of me finishing 3D World, you can see how satisfied I was when finishing it. It was great. Well, anyways, right now I'm not gonna do much vlogs or editing until I finish my good role of watching videos. Basically, it's just 12 o'clock right now, and I have to work on a lot of stuff. Well, not really work, more like watching or viewing some stuff. Because today I want to watch a series that I wanted to watch, which I have watched, but I haven't got to watching the continuation of that series. It's a show called Little Busters. This aired back in fall 2012, and it finished in like before spring 2013. And then they had, and I watched the entirety of it, and I really liked it because it's another key animation. This was basically right after Angel Beats, and that's been like 2 years since then. And Angel Beats was made like a year after Planet After Story. So that was kind of a thing. And I should point out is that I haven't seen the second season, which is Refrain, and that was back in fall 2013. And I was transitioning back into watching a lot of animes with Attack on Titan and Bates Zero. So, and yet I haven't seen Refrain yet because I was really looking forward to Refrain after the end of the first season of Little Busters. Even though Refrain's like 13 episodes long, I really need to watch it because again, I really do want to pay respects to that series because again, I did like Key. Like I ever since I started becoming an otaku, Key was there ever since then. So I have to really pay my respects. So I'm definitely gonna watch Refrain today and give it my full general thoughts about it. But for now, that's basically the idea, and I'll see you guys when I'm actually done with the show or when something else comes. Well, because my mom is back, she's able to make some really good food. She got me some salmon and a couple of vegetables, and it really is good to have my mom back because food is great. So it's 6 o'clock right now, and I only got through the first episode of Little Busters, and I don't know why, but I probably do. It's because I was watching something called Pokemon Origins. Yeah, it was basically the recreation of Red and Blue from the old days into an anime to promote X and Y. And like I was really looking forward to it even before like the release of X and Y because I heard so many things about it. And I really want to watch it too. It's just I don't know why I haven't actually seen it till now. And now that I've seen it, man, it's good old Pokemon. Like it feels good to watch something like that. Like the reason why I like it so much is because it's Pokemon. Like if I were to like watch it as like a typical shonen, I don't know, I would have like different emotions about it, different thoughts about it. But because it's Pokemon, I can always like let it slide for some reason. Well, mainly because it's very nostalgic, even though like I never played Red and Blue or back in like the days because I was like too young for that. I don't know, like 3 years old for that. I don't know if I actually had a Game Boy.
But nevertheless, I was well informed of the how influential Red and Blue are amongst Pokemon fans, and I'm aware of the music and everything, and but I'm really well informed on the anime because that's the most nostalgic to me. So when I saw Red and Blue Origins in English, mind you, because it feels wrong to watch it in Japanese for some reason because, well, it's again Pokemon. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels right for me, and it does get jarring, and some of the voices did change because, well, it's not for kids. First of all, it's actually done by an actual dubbing company, well, a good dubbing company, and basically it did throw me off with some of the familiar actors from the old version, from the 4Kids version, are completely new from the usual dub people I watched, especially with Johnny on Bosch as Brock. But overall, I really liked Origins, and it felt so much fun watching it. And basically, watch Origins if you are aware of Red and Blue. If you don't, then you're probably not. You're probably thinking of it as like some sort of spin-off, but it's a really good spin. Well, I'm gonna go continue watching more Little Busters and see if I'm able to finish it today or not. If I don't, I'll probably talk about my actual thoughts about it tomorrow, anyways. Well, the good news is I finished watching Little Busters Refrain, and holy crap, that gave me. I swear to God, Little Busters Refrain just solidified how much I love key adaptations. Like the thing that people would not like about Little Busters is that it doesn't really have much of a romantic plot because of the previous works, but it focuses more on the friendship. But if you don't like that, then if you wrote it off with just that, then shame on you. This is actually a really good show. Like, even though the first season was all cheery up and felt like the good old days from the original Clanad without the romance, it's more built on the friendship. And then Refrain hits, and then like everything just made me get a bundle of feels. Like, man, those last 5 episodes really took me in for a ride. Like, the thing about it is just that this really does see. I really like Little Busters, and I do hope Key does great in the future. It's just, I just want more. I really want more. This is like, I haven't felt this good of a void since the Anohana movie, and that filled a void for freaking Clanad or Clannad. I don't know. It's a weird name to pronounce, but still, watching that made me feel really good, and I feel glad that I watched the show. If you are inexperienced with any key adaptations and you're trying to find out which one to start with, I would recommend starting with Canon 2006 because it's practically Key in a nutshell. It's basically the Key template, I would say. The romantic plot, a good atmosphere, really interesting characters, the moe vibe, and the dramatic storytelling. And I'd say Canon is the greatest templates to go to just to understand how Key adaptations work. The second and third one is a correlation, and once you watch one of them, you jump to the other one. Those two would be Air and Angel Beats, mainly because they're both Key adaptations. However, they do have their problems, and it's not as good as Canon. So basically, you could watch either or. If you can watch Air first if you want to see more Key Kyoto animations, or you can see Angel Beats to see an alternative to the Key adaptations. So that's basically two routes. And then once you watch either Air or Angel Beats, you should watch the other, just to give you a more relaxing, it's the same thing. You're just doing it in a different order. So I recommend watching those two after Canon. The next one after those three is definitely Clannad. which is basically what I consider the pinnacle of key adaptations, because Clannad and Clannad After Story is definitely one of my favorite animes ever. It's among the top five, the immovable top five. And Clannad and After Story really did give me a really large void when watching it, and it felt great. Like I know I won't get any more Clannad because it's over. So I played the visual novel later on, and then this is it. And then I definitely recommend watching Little Busters last, or basically right after Clannad, after those four, because Little Busters definitely shows the branching off of Key and Kyoto Animation, because Canon, Air, and Clannad were all made under Kyoto Animation's work, and Key basically correlated with them. So when you jump to Angel Beats, which is now produced by PA Works, it's jarring, but like I said, it's an alternative, so you wouldn't have much of a bad taste in your mouth if you are much of a Key Kyoto Ani, which is why I decided to watch it right after Canon or after Air. However, Little Busters shows that Key isn't really gone yet. I know it's off its prime ever since the end of Clannad, but Key is still going on, in my opinion, and Little Busters does prove it. If you can't watch Little Busters because it's not part of Key, Kyoto Ani, well, it's your loss, because I think Refrain is such a good part, and it made Little Busters even greater, in my opinion. It's now among one of my greatest favorites. It's really close between Sound of the Sky and Little Busters to be in the top 10 as they try to battle each other out. It's just that great. It feels, to be honest, it is basically my little rant to recommend what Key shows to watch, because I think you should watch Canon first and Little Busters last from the time I'm recording this, because I don't know when the next Key adaptation will be out. So definitely watch Canon first. Watch the lackluster ones like Angel Beats and Air, because Angel Beats has a lot of problems, but it's still enjoyable to watch. Air didn't have much episodes to really explain everything. So I definitely recommend those after Canon, because as long as you know the template, you'll be able to try to understand how Key works at the very least. Then watch Clannad after those three, because you have to see Clannad because it's Key at its prime, I guess. And then definitely watch Little Busters right after Clannad, so it can easily help you fill that void that you experience from watching any of those four shows. So that's my little spiel on Key adaptation and Little Busters, because to be honest, I really do love Key. It's just so, it makes me feel so good that I'm watching anime as it is. And once in a while, once I see a show like that, it makes me feel great that I appreciate anime as it is, despite the ups and downs, the hype and the knots. So, yeah. What's funny enough is that Little Busters was airing at fall 2012, same year that Sword Art Online was out. And you know what I was more looking forward to? Freaking Little Busters. That's why, because it's Key. I didn't know Sword Art Online was such a hyped thing back then, because to be honest, I wasn't really much into the internet's society of anime till, like, I don't know, since I saw the Pataku crew that James introduced to me. So that's a good thing, I guess. And I was so looking forward to Little Busters. And even in last fall, and Refrain was out, I was so excited. I was incredibly excited. But for some reason, I kind of tried to take it slow, because I was in a weird anime hiatus, and I needed to catch up on things that I should have watched, such as Attack on Titan and Fate Zero. And I kind of saved Refrain for a little while. And that was the thing I was most looking forward to, other than Kill la Kill. and Beyond the Boundary as well. I was looking forward to this the most, aside from everything else, and it took me till now to actually watch it. And yeah, I feel so. I feel like I really should have watched it back then, and it's great. So it is going to be a really long vlog for me because I really need to address. I just needed to pour out everything that my respect and love for Key, the studio Key, who makes those great visual novels. So definitely check that out. And if I have time, hopefully I can play Little Busters, the visual novel, because that right there shows you, if you like the anime so much, if you like the adaptation so much, definitely check out the source material, because if you don't enjoy the adaptation, you might question if the original source is good to begin with, and you can't really, and you will stand firm to your ground, even though people will consider it, or even practically explain, will prove that the original source is better than the adaptation. You do have to consider that it depends on the person if they would do it or not. And for me, I guess when it comes to this, I definitely want to look at the source material because I really do appreciate Key a lot. So yeah, that's my little spiel of the entire day. I know it's almost midnight right now because I spent the entire day marathoning Refrain and watching Origins because it's such a good day to watch anime for me. I don't know why. It's just after Sound of the Sky, I just want good humor and good drama, and I watched Refrain. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and tune in next time when I recover from the feels. What's funny is that the last time I said I recovering from the feels was practically last Wednesday. So it's been less than a week since I had to recover from the feels. God damn, why does that happen to me all the time?